what if there were a way for you to escape the bubble of your own thoughts, your limiting beliefs, your stories, your paradigms, everything that you told that was true about you that may not be true for you? That is what we are going to be talking about today. I am Dr. Sherry. Welcome to Infinite You, this amazing brand new YouTube channel where I really just want to spill the beans um, because I've been practicing in this energetic space for, as we all have, I've been super intentional about it for the last 30 years or so, probably even, oh my gosh, for a very long time. Um, and so I just want to share some ideas, wisdom, tools, tips for you that are both, you know, practical and inspirational that you can use to just really feel good about who you are and the life that you're creating, and to remind you that you are the powerful co creator of your reality. And there is actually a formula that I just want to pull up for a moment. I should have actually pulled it up ahead of time and I didn't. Your desired outcome, whatever it is that you want to experience, create, receive, have, do, or be, whatever it is, your desired outcome is all about, it's an equation. It is all about your desire minus the resistance that's holding you back. Everybody is talking about resistance, and it's a term that's been around for a very long time. So think of resistance as a thought or belief that is telling you or holding you back from having whatever it is you want to create, receive, you know, dream of, desire, all of those amazing things. So hang on, I don't know why, but I need a sip of tea right now. Okay, so I think it's a really big thing that limiting beliefs could be holding you back in a way that you feel like you're doing all the things right, but you just are not receiving whatever it is you're asking for. So at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about little tiny shifts that you can make with your mindset and the way that you're maybe approaching things or leaning into things or feeling things to just finally break through of what's going on. But remember, what you want to create, what you want to manifest, and what you want to receive can come to you in an instant. But limiting thoughts and beliefs are what's holding you back. And for sure, right, we're here to play. And I always say that, you know, it's absolutely a part of my mantra. The beautiful gift about being human on this three-dimensional planet is we have the gift of playing. We have the gift of creating. Think of all the things you did as a child to create. And I mentioned this in another video. I can't, I'd have to look back and see what video it is. Think about what you did when you were a kid. You played. What is playing? Playing is a beautiful developmental tool for you to make sense of reality as a child, right? It definitely is a part of like human growth and development in childhood for sure. But on a dreamier level, on a level where children, because they are significantly more connected to the etheric realm, right? We know that children can see people, children, you know, are constructing reality that is much more in line with kind of being in the physical world and still being a part very clearly of the non-physical world. We're all always connected to the non-physical world. That never leaves any of us, no matter how old we get. So it's a great intentional practice to try to bring in that play, that energy, that wonder, that awe that we all feel as children. It's amazing. And so, where was I going with that? Where I was going with that is, at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about some things you can do to shift your mindset to really get in that manifesting mode and like shift your perception, or, see things a different way. I want to talk about that. But before I do, I want to talk about limiting beliefs. Everybody is talking about limiting beliefs. And I've mentioned this before. I'm very sure you have heard of this many, many times. Humans have such amazing complex brains that part of the way that we learn to function as a human being, as a conscious being on the planet, is that we're taught to do an awful lot of things. Are taught to do things. So our brains are just like sponges. In some ways, they're almost like a blank chalkboard, right? where where we come onto the planet and then we are being told and shown what to do, how to live, how to do basic things. And then of course, like in that learning phase, we also are sponges for whatever everyone is talking about around us. And so we definitely inherit energetically, for sure, through generations, like, key themes of thoughts, from our ancestors, from our mother, carrying us in her womb, right? And whatever thought she was thinking, like major themes, da 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 da. And then when we get on the planet, we're learning everything all the time. We're sponges and we're hearing all of the thoughts and the beliefs and the stories and paradigms of what is true for the grown-ups around us, and we absorb all of that. That's what I really want to talk about today. And so for me, not me personally, but in my experience and what I know to be true about the way that human beings construct their learning and their knowledge, it's highly individualistic. So there are themes, right? And then there are learning modalities. And then within every learning modality of, like, are you an audio learner, video learner, visual learner? Do you like to read in order to learn, right? You can break that down again and again and again and again. Way back in the day when I used to teach math and statistics. And those are subjects that are inherently scary for an awful lot of students. And then, of course, they don't want to raise their hand because they don't want to look dumb. I'm talking about younger kids. I taught older adults too in this realm. But I always used to say to my students at every level, if you don't understand what I'm saying, if you don't understand my explanation, let me know. There are 1,000 different ways I can talk to you about this. And so that was when I really was like honing my craft. But the bigger theme is this: individuals construct their learning in a very unique way. Individuals construct their ideas about manifesting in a really unique way. There are rules for sure, but we're all doing this thing called manifesting in our own way. And I really want to say this. I need to say this now, even though it's kind of like out of the loop of what I'm really getting at here. But I feel like I'm getting like a little bit of a message to just remember the big thing about manifesting. And I could hold off, but I think I don't want to. Imagine you're already living the life that you are aiming to create. So once you're clear about what it is you want, imagine you're already there. Collapse the time between right now and that future event, that future life that you want to have for yourself. It's one and the same. Collapse the time. Live it like it's already here. But the big thing, so we learn individually as human beings and as learners. We learn and manifest in a way that is deeply resonant with us, right? We need to do it in our own way. There are many different ways to manifest, So there can be like, let's say, for example, somebody could say, like, I don't get it. Like, that guy is kind of a jerk, but he's really good at, manifesting stuff. How can that be? Well, because there are other tools out there, right? Like, I'm not advocating for anyone to be a jerk. It's not on my timeline for sure. I love alignment. I love flow. I love listening to the truth of my soul. Kindness is a huge value for me. So once you lean in, like align with who you are, figure out what you value most, and then get clear on who you are and what you want, just allow everything to unfold in a really beautiful, gentle way. And no creative downloads are going to come, and you're going to create the life that you want and the experiences you want to have, and all of the wonderful material things, or time, or freedom, or ease, or flow, or whatever that looks like for you. So yeah, like there's a reason, there are things, there are tenets to manifesting and attracting to what you want in your life, and it's not the same for any one of us. That's point two. But the bigger picture is this idea of limiting beliefs. I think limiting beliefs work exactly the same way. So we can talk to a guru to say, oh, you can just like release them and rewire them and reframe them and like rewire your neural pathways. It is all definitely true. And they're all really important tools for you to shift the way that you are perceiving something, right? I think I want to break it down a little bit here right now, and then I want to get into my big surprise and what I'm really excited about. Alignment with who you are not only helps you get clear on what you value and the beliefs that are true for you that empower you, it also gives you an opportunity to really begin to fine tune the beliefs and thoughts that you hear, or the perception you have, or the current mindset that you're holding. It helps you get very clear on the things that no longer resonate with you. You don't need, and I've said this in another video, you don't need permission from anyone to say, that thought does not work for me. That is not who I am. I'm letting it go. And I mean, I know that for me, like in the family that I chose, and my immediate tribe, and like my family culture, and the beliefs that we hold, and what I was shown and taught were definitely not true for me. A lot of it was not true for me. And I definitely have always felt like a little bit of an outcast, because I really was feeling so terribly aligned that I definitely created a lifetime journey of self-discovery to figure out, like, what lights me up. Ask yourself what lights you up. What thoughts, what beliefs, what perceptions, what mindset really, really lights you up and makes you feel so darn good. You just want to say hell yes to that thought, to that opportunity, to that ability to create something really cool, to have impact on another human being, or, a bunch of human beings, whatever it is you desire, whatever you want that to look like. When it resonates with you, that is your hell yes moment. And you do not need an okay from anyone else to think, really dig in and think the way that you want to think, that really just lights up your soul. That's why you are here. So, this is my other thought about individually how we construct our own mindset, our own perception, our own reality. I know that you've all heard of The Matrix, the movies, and all of that stuff. But what I'm talking about is your personal belief matrix, the thoughts, the cage, the structure that is holding you back from living your best life. That's really highly individualistic, and you get to, you know, observe it, dissect it, shift it, break free of it in a way that really feels good for you. So I want you to think about this idea of your personal belief matrix and all of the things that it holds. Everything is in here. Your programming, your thoughts, your stories, your beliefs, everything that you've been shown and taught in this lifetime. There can be other lifetimes here. Your astrological makeup, your personality, your human design, right? It goes on and on and on and on. What is your personal belief matrix? How is that dictating for you the way that you create your mindset and perceive your reality and yourself in it? What do you want to create? So tune in, align, you know. I have a really cool like free lead magnet all about, belief matrix and the things you can do to break it down. I'm going to put that in the description box below, but this is a bigger thing and I have not made a really cool freebie to, reflect this idea that I have. Think of think of your personal belief matrix as everything that really is shaping your perception and your reality right now, and start breaking down the bigger themes, really start to tune in. And I think I'm going to put that freebie in the description box, because at least it'll be like a beginning for you to begin to like write down like certain ideas, certain beliefs, certain limits. And you know if you're dreaming really really big, what thoughts pop into your mind immediately to tell you that you cannot possibly have that, whatever that looks like for you. I think that I was definitely raised with the idea that people who had money were lucky. Right. And so that was just something like I had to work out, right? We all have, God only knows how many of these limiting beliefs that are floating around in our heads, but it's not just that. It's sort of like a totality, like an amalgam of everything that makes us who we are. And what are the major themes? Obviously, it would, I don't know, it would take a lifetime to dissect everything, right? That's what psychoanalysis is all about, just sort of going to therapy for 40 years until you get an answer or two, maybe, right? So think about your personal belief matrix as whatever is keeping you in a space where you're not breaking out of your own matrix to connect at a much deeper level with source energy, with the quantum field, with the energetic grid that surrounds the planet, with your absolute knowing and entanglement with all that is, that you are a powerful co-creator of your reality. And so your beliefs, your thoughts, your programming are part of that energetic block, right? That is keeping you from realizing your true amazing potential and your dreams, your desires, whatever you want your life to look like. And I do think I mentioned this somewhere in the middle of this video. So really begin to lean into and feel into the idea that you already have, you're already living what you want to create. And think about, the limiting beliefs about that. Well, but I don't have $1 million in my bank account. How can I live like I do? Just live like you do. You know why? Because the universe is your bankroll. The universe will absolutely deliver to you in a moment, money energy, if that is what you are clear about, and there's no energy, no belief blocking you from receiving that. And I do think it's important to remember too, and I say this like pretty much in every video, like this divine masculine and feminine energy. So we receive from the divine feminine, and we take action from the divine masculine. Receiving and allowing is definitely an amazing feminine energy characteristic. And so there's a lot to this. I get it. I understand. There are universal laws. There are limiting beliefs and, knowing how to release them. It's really about imagining, all of the possibilities and leaning into what you can create when you are constructing a different reality right now outside of the matrix. Construct the reality you want to see come to fruition. It is a really big deal. Remember, it is a journey. Remember, it is a practice. If you received everything all at once from everything that you want to create in an instant, likely it would be overwhelming. It is definitely a journey. The bigger picture is that it's really about up leveling your consciousness, your wealth consciousness, your abundance mindset. It's a much bigger picture. It is really a journey of, like I said, self awareness, higher consciousness, living in a higher vibration where you're leaning into the ease and flow that life can be. And then, of course, definitely self realization. And it's going to creep on us in a very different way because these energies of higher consciousness are coming onto Earth right now. We are living in a brilliant time and an amazing timeline. So be grateful for what you have, intentionally create and think thoughts that are aligned so you're living in a higher vibration. It makes you an attraction magnet, right? And all the little things like, that lower your vibration, and you know what they are. I mean, think about things like a negative thought, gossiping about someone, trying to control a situation, like all these sort of like little, flawed human tools that kind of just drop us into a different or lower vibration, right? We don't need that. We don't want that. In this space, on this channel, we are talking about raising your individual consciousness and leaning into, and I will be making a course all about the universal laws so you can see all of them and like how you can really begin to maximize using them to manifest whatever it is you desire. But just remember, this is high vibe. This is feel good. This is ease and flow. You get to have it. You get to create and receive whatever it is your heart and soul desire. That is how it works. I will see you in the next video. I would love a subscribe. I would love a like, and I will put links to a couple of different things in this description box, and I will see you all next time. Have a beautiful rest of your day, your evening, whenever you are watching this. Namaste.